Lancaster County is a big tourist destination in the state, but it's hardly just farms and shopping. Fox 43's Alex Colley shows us the largest collection of timepieces on this continent and how it's only getting bigger.
From the large to the small, the old to the new, the National Watch and Clock Museum in Columbia, Lancaster County has a little bit of everything. And that's what happens when you have the largest collection of timepieces in not just the area, the state, or the country, but in all of North America. And it all started with one man.
Earl Strickler in the 1950s was a Columbia resident, and his house over the years got more and more full of antique clocks and antique watches. And that was the beginning of the museum.
For the people behind the museum, there's a common theme in what first piqued their interest.
Remember those clear swatch markers? Looking at the clockwork through that clear dial.
My first introduction to horology was basically, wooden clocks have movements inside that are also wood and can somehow tell time.
And now they want to give others a big hand to look behind the faces of all these watches and clocks.
It's wonderful to see the feedback that we get from those visitors who come in without any particular, specific interest. They're curious, and they come away vastly surprised by the breadth of the collection and just the fact that there's so much more to it than just a face that tells the hour and the minute of the day.
With over 13,000 pieces, some on display, others cataloged, there's always something different to see.
One of the donations that we've gotten recently this year was the Howland Mida Cherry Collection, which is a group of very delicate skeleton clocks. What's normally hidden away in a clock is on full display.
Literally every time I walk through the museum, I see something I haven't seen before, or even if it is something I've seen before, I'll notice some detail about it that I didn't notice before. There's just an embarrassment of riches in this place.
People can walk through time and see the evolution of timepieces, but it also blends the importance that this region has had on the history of horology.
Sometimes relatives of past donors come in and ask to see where the clock is or where a watch is. And recently, one of the Aberman relatives have come to the museum, and we were able to show her where that was. She was very happy about it.
And just across the street, they're thinking of the future.
We reopened the school tentatively in 2021, and we've been refurbishing it and building up our offer of courses. And it's turning out to be a big success story for us.
But as time goes by, the museum knows there's always room to improve and grow.
Collection displays become relevant, and their relevance sort of dilutes over time as tastes and interests change. And so with any successful museum, you have to be dynamic. You have to sort of continue to appeal to visitors.
Alex Colley, Fox 43.
What a timely story. Wink, wink, get it? Because the new year, we're counting down. Well, the museum is already working on their next display, which is a world-class exhibit on the history of the wristwatch.